Hello and welcome to the Pub Footy Podcast. I'm your host, Diego Cerrone, and I got the lads with me today, Coach John Martinez, Carlos Castro, and
What's up,
today is
boys?
April 2nd. Yesterday was April 1st, April Fools. I had played a very funny prank on a lot of people about this game, actually. Captain, I made a post saying that we'll target that officially was going to have the captain game. Got a lot of views. Johnny had a guy at the gym going up to him thinking it was true, so played a good
No
prank
way.
for
Yeah, he's like, can't wait to go to Target and get your game. I'm like, dude, you can. I'm
You
like,
can do it on Amazon, right?
you can go to Amazon.
probably the best April Fool's prank I
It
think
was
I've
pretty
pulled.
good.
But again, lots to go over. We're recording on a Wednesday. Was a long weekend. Few people got sick, not naming any names, but we're back and lots to go over. And before we go over some of the FA Cup action, Copa del Rey, German Cup, Copa Italia, and the Premier League that happened today and yesterday, we want to talk about the humbling of Brazil by Argentina in the last international window. We can't say goodbye to the international window without talking about the 4-1 humbling win by Argentina to Brazil in the Monumental in Buenos Aires. What happened, guys?
The
Well,
thrashing.
Rafinha spoke too soon. I think him and Romario need to redo that interview because that didn't go well for them at all. No.
So for quick context, Rafinha had an interview with the legend Romario before the Argentina-Brazil game. Romario kind of flat out asked Rafinha, how he was going to perform, or what was his prediction, whether he was going to win. Rafinha was very confident. He's obviously having a great season, so I think his club form might have gone a bit to his head. Didn't translate to the international side, and he got thoroughly embarrassed, not only as a team, but individually. I think the Argentina fans definitely dug into him and didn't let him forget that pre-match interview. But 4-1, complete domination by Argentina, start to finish. Brazil's coach, who's now got fired, I think played with 4 forwards, and I think he did that in the first game as well. Thought he was playing FIFA. Obviously, can't play with 4 forwards against the world champs away without competing in that midfield like the midfield that Argentina has. So poor performance all around from Brazil. But any takeaways?
I mean, he should have got fired for the way he put out Brazil. That midfield was so wide open. They were just, I think they were trying to high press was the goal, but they weren't pressing correctly, and the defense were able to just literally pass it around them, and there was so much space, and they got caught every single time.
Yeah, I think, like you said, the high press. I've never seen grown men at the professional level press the way that they were pressing. It was piss poor. It wasn't in sync. There was no aggressiveness. They looked clueless. I've never like if you saw that, you would think like they were just learning how to press for the first time ever.
I mean, they're
Because
forwards mostly, so
but still,
they
no,
should know. They should
where
know.
to press, how to press, like the timing.
It wasn't like the first person who was pressing was doing it wrong. There was no one behind them to support him with the press, so they were
Yeah, it
kind of just
wasn't
running
organized.
around in circles.
Yeah,
Yep.
one guy would press by himself. When you press alone, obviously you get broken down into pieces really quickly. But like I'm saying, like obviously triggers when to press in numbers, not press alone. Like the simple things as a professional, well, as a coach that you should be instructing your players to do, wasn't done, and they got exposed because Argentina was just peek, 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 peek in like slow motion. But
Yeah.
Paredes looked like a fucking prime time CDM on the half turn, finding feet going forward. I mean, obviously they were playing well, but still, like
They were stringing
they
passes
were
along.
stringing it. It
It
looked
was one of the goals. I think a journalist asked Enzo like, "Oh, you strung I don't know how many passes together for this one goal," and then Enzo was like, "Yeah, you should put a song to it." So they played like that ballet song, like da 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 da, and it
A little
was
art. It looked
yeah,
like art. I think it was the second goal. They
it's
literally
poetry in
strung it for
motion.
second.
about like 45 seconds and then broke out on the counter, sorry, and literally crossed it in and finished it. I mean, it was
Poor
art, art and form.
Yeah,
poor performance from Brazil. Easily one of their worst eliminatorias to date. Again, like we said, right? If it was 1 through 4 with the fifth repechaje, they would be sweating this one out really bad.
Man, got to
bad.
bring it back.
Bad news bears.
But I guess about the coach though. Hey, Ancelotti to Brazil.
That's
I feel
what
like it's written in the stars. It's
that's
written in the
what
stars. They love
it
him.
was. That was a rumor before even they brought the current ex-coach. I think his name is Dorival, right?
Not sure.
But Yeah, I mean, there's a few candidates. Ancelotti is obviously the one of the big ones. I think there's somebody else within Brazil that's a big name as well that I just can't pull out. But yeah, I mean Ancelotti, right? He knows the big guns within Brazil, right? Vini, Rodrigo, who's the center back for them?
Marquinhos,
Militao?
No, Militao.
Militao.
So he's obviously familiar with them. He knows Endrick as well. Endrick's a promising talent for them. So, and I just feel like there's a lot of personalities, attacking personalities in Brazil right now. Who better to take care of them than Ancelotti? But Ancelotti has kind of pushed those rumors aside and pretty much is saying that he's focusing on Madrid until end of the season, and then we'll see what happens. But they need help, and they need help bad.
That's a great media response. Obviously you focus on Madrid, but the dominoes seem like they're falling into
They're gonna
place a little
fall.
bit. Yeah, a little bit because then obviously Xavi is not doing what he's supposed to do. I guess with Bayer Leverkusen, the title is gone. I believe the German Cup gone after yesterday. Champions League gone. I think if that transition is going to happen, it probably happened after this year. He can probably go to Madrid, and then Ancelotti can, depending on how he ends it. I mean, obviously he wants to end it on a high. He can go to Brazil. I mean, it's not out of the. It's not a. It'd
Would love to see it.
be insane. It'd be
Would love to
lovely,
see
honestly.
Angelotti. I mean, I got excited when the talks were that he was gonna do the coaching a year or two ago, be in the eliminatoria process. Like how awesome would it have been to see
Insane.
Carlo
Yeah.
Angelotti in Quito and La Paz on the touchline, right? He probably would have needed an oxygen tank himself, to be honest.
100%. I mean, it fits though. It fits. So
Would
hopefully
love
we
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah.
Also, Brazil, they don't make good coaches, right? Have they ever made a good coach besides maybe the one that won in 2002? That he was a good coach. I forgot his name though.
Scolari?
Solari.
Yep, Scolari was a good coach.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
besides him, I mean,
yeah, they've had a few. I just feel like they don't have the coaching pool as in Argentina would, right? With a lot of ex-coaches or ex-players becoming coaches and kind of doing the dirty work, like from the youth, not youth, but some of them are in the youth national team, and then some of them go to like a team in Argentina, like a Division 1, Division 2, work their way up. So not sure if they wanted to be in the coaching, doing the dirty work for the first few years.
that's true. I mean, they retire and they're done. Time to party, time to
There's
live life,
there's
and get fat.
the only one that comes to mind is what's his face? The one from Chelsea,
Thiago
Luis.
Silva.
No, he's coaching now.
Thiago Silva would be a good coach though.
But the
He will
guy
be.
coaching right now for Flamingo. Yeah, Philippe Luis. Philippe, other way around, not Luis
Yeah.
Philippe.
That was a dyslexia
He's the
kicking in.
coach.
Philippe Luis, yeah, he's a Flamingo coach. He's doing legit. He's like,
Is he?
yeah, dude.
He was a
He just-
player, right? He was a player like
He's a
last
player
season.
for
I think he was an
Ale-
outside back.
Atletico Madrid, Chelsea.
No, yeah. But he was a player for them like not that long ago, and I think he just flipped to
I
be on the
believe so,
sideline.
yeah. And
Yeah, he's young.
he's won some trophies. He's 39 years old. He's won some trophies already with Flamingo. They rate him highly in Brazil. I think they like him a lot as well. So
Yeah, it says he won his third trophy as a
yeah,
coach.
so I think that's the only guy that comes like top of my head. Boom.
Yeah,
Maybe, but I don't think for the national team, not yet, at least.
no, definitely too early.
Correct,
He
too
still
early
has
for
ways
him.
to go.
Correct.
But yeah, no, it's a good point that Brazil doesn't produce the quality of coaches that we've seen from some other South American countries. But yeah, at bad showing, the Argentina fans really stuck it to Brazil as they should have. I think before we get off this topic, I did want to ask, like, is Argentina one of the more disrespected South American teams, World Cup champions, however we want to call it? A lot of people aren't giving them the full credit that they might deserve from their World Cup winning. They've won the last two Copa Americas, right? They've won the World Cup. They've had two of the best eliminatorias in history, this time and the one before. So they've been on a good stretch. They won the Finalissima. So
But let's not count that as a real tournament. Come on.
not a
It's
real
not a
tournament,
tournament, it's a
but
game.
they won. They
Well,
won it.
they counted that as Messi's first international tournament when he won it. So let's not.
International is second, wouldn't it be? Because you won the
It would have
Copa
been a
America.
second. Yeah.
Second. 'Cause you win the Copa America to put
Would have been
You
a
got
second.
me.
game.
You got me.
Yeah,
You got
come
me.
on,
You got me.
relax.
But
It's too much.
the agenda was Messi won another international tournament. And that was the agenda there. But let's not count that as like some major
But that's
some
why.
major thing.
That's
But
why they discredit him. They discredit Argentina to go back to
Well, yeah,
Diego's
they
point.
gave him like 15 international tournaments so he could finally win one.
See, that's why. That's why they're
You know what I mean?
they're discredited to the public because of people view it. People see it that way. People see that whether it's FIFA helping them, whether it's whoever Conmebol doing an extra tournament, because I've heard that as well, like an extra Copa America within a couple years, and him like another chance to win it. So I mean, obviously, like
I mean, they're playing really well right now.
correct.
And I did like how they played without Messi. I think
Really
they
well right
flow really
now.
well.
Really well right now, but if we think back, they've been playing well the last
Correct.
4 years, right? They
They
won the
had
Copa America in 21. It seems like yesterday, but that Copa America was 4 years ago.
in Brazil.
Yeah, but they also had shit quality. Like during that stretch where they won Copa America, they were playing so bad.
Well,
Like,
that was the transition of bringing in Scaloni.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't like, yeah, they won Copa America that year, and I think they were I think Brazil had a good team and they were favorites going into that final.
Yeah, I would say.
But yeah, they weren't playing really well like during leading up to that Copa America. Then they won Copa America. Then they didn't do too well in qualifiers. Went to the World Cup. Won the World Cup. What people are gonna talk shit about whatever. But they won the World Cup, and then they kind of just been on a run for the last 2-3 years. So since the World Cup, I mean they've been playing well.
I'm gonna say 4, but sorry, you were gonna say how they played without Messi, because I think that's important.
I thought they just flow really well. Like there's a balance in the team, and there's more like attacking. What's the word?
Fluidity.
Fluidity, but not that. There's more
Maybe
attacking, like
speed and aggression, right? Because you add in
yeah,
Simeon on the wing, you add in an Almada who not as quick, but he can spring guys on. Julian, obviously, so
some intent
definitely,
in the
yeah.
attack. You know what I mean? So I
But
thought they played well.
that's a good transition, because obviously you don't get those qualities from Messi. You never did. So obviously you have younger guys who are hungrier, who are just as technical, but play like you said. Simeone plays for his dad, Atletico, and that's kind of the DNA, and that's the kind of personality that he kind of instills in his players. And then obviously his first, that was his first like national team call up, right?
I think it
Think
was his
so.
first goal, but I think he's
First
been
goal.
called up a few
Okay,
times. Yeah.
but like you see
I
that
think
hunger.
it might have been his first start in Eliminatoria.
So you see that hunger from younger guys. Messi is not there. These guys want to step up, and like you said, the aggression, the hunger, maybe the fluidity of how they want to play. But they seem pretty dominant right now in South America. So no Messi, no problem at the moment.
I mean, to be honest, when Messi's on the field, maybe defensively or like pressing their defense, they're down a man. Messi's not moving too much. Now they got an extra guy who's running.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
Correct.
it matters.
And
that extra point.
Almada's a very good player. I'm surprised he's not in Europe. I'm
He
not
is.
sure why. He is now?
He's in France.
Was it
Okay.
Lyon?
I think it's
Did we
Lyon.
talk about that?
Okay.
He went from Botafogo to Lyon.
Right. He was in Botafogo. I thought he was still in Botafogo, to be
No, he
honest.
left. I think he went. I think he no, maybe before that, but he is in Lyon, I believe.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, good, because he's a baller and he's still fairly young. So
Mhm.
happy to see that he's finally getting some minutes, because it's tough, right? It's tough to push Messi to the side and fill that 10 role, and I think he's a really good player to do so. So, well, cool. Let's talk about some of the cup action that we've seen in the last few days. FA Cup, Copa del Rey, German Cup, Copa Italia. FA Cup, the Final Four is set for Wembley. We have Nottingham Forest taking on Man City, Crystal Palace taking on Aston Villa. I didn't watch the games. Do you guys have any comments on those FA Cup ties?
Who was it? Marmoush. He's been playing well.
Marmoush.
For City, yeah. So he played very well over the weekend. I believe also Eze has been fantastic for Crystal Palace. So those are the two games I watched. So Crystal Palace in the morning, they played first, and then City played after. But Eze fantastic for Crystal Palace. Chris Richards also there. Turner didn't get the start. He didn't play, unfortunately.
He was playing, right?
He was playing every FA games, yeah.
Games, yeah.
Yep. And then what is it? Oh, Marmoush for City. Fantastic. So he's kind of hit the ground running now. I think he's a guy they're relying on, and the guy who's stepping up, especially with Haaland out now for a couple weeks. So he's going to be the big-time player there.
Yeah, I mean, and Nottingham Forest at Wembley. So, I mean, I think I said it maybe a couple months ago. I was like, I think this is a turning point. I think they're going to lose form coming up, and they have not. They're still in it.
They're legit.
Now in Wembley, so
I think
massive.
I think they'll beat. I mean, I would want them to beat City, honestly.
Yeah, I think it's a good,
huge.
Obviously, they're not.
Story.
They're still like fighting for one of the top spots in the Prem, but to see them be in the semifinal of FA Cup, I think it really paints the picture of how their season went. Right, I think it's well deserved.
Yeah, for sure.
And Aston Villa, wow, right? Like still in Champions League.
Those transfers are massive for them.
Still in Champions League, semifinal of FA Cup. They won today, right? What did they win? 3-0 today in the Prem.
Yeah.
So they're playing well.
Marcus Rashford.
Yeah.
on fire. He scored over the weekend. He scored today. Like Asensio as well. Asensio and Rashford linking up.
Baller.
They're playing well. Like those transfers are coming in clutch at a good time when games are getting heavy because they're probably still fighting for Europe as well. In the Prem, they have the semifinal in Wembley and they have the quarterfinal in the Champions League. So they have big games coming up, and these guys are good stuff.
We
Like
can,
obviously,
we can argue and say that they're probably some of the best transfers that happen in the winter. No.
yep,
Oh,
100%.
100%.
I think they had the best transfer window.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
they
mean,
did really well.
tough to argue against it. To be honest, it's good.
Agreed.
Good to see them. Good to see them advancing. Let's look at
Good evening.
Evening.
Copa del Rey. There was a lot of action over the last few days. Wild game yesterday in Madrid. Madrid Sociedad 4-4, I believe. It was like a back and forth shootout. Madrid wins in aggregate. And then Barca today take care of business in the Metropolitano. I don't know how many heartbreaks Diego Simeone and that team and those fans can take, but you almost just know. You almost just know that they're not going to win these big games. It's sad to see, right? Because they're such a good team, but they really just don't pull out these big
No.
time wins.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for them.
They're
I mean,
folding like lawn chairs.
They had a really
Everything.
strong start to the season, right?
Yep, and then they were competing for La Liga. They were right there, and then they started dropping results there. They lose to Real Madrid. They lose this. Like it's just imploding, and they're just in the dirt right now. So not going well for them at the moment, and for their fans, it's pretty
heartbreaking.
heartbreaking, gut wrenching.
I mean, they've been dealing with this for like the last decade.
Yeah,
Ever
that's
since
what I'm
Real
saying.
Madrid
It's like
beat them in that Champions League final that way. It's been the same. It's been heartbreak since that moment.
tough to be an Atletico fan, but
For sure.
El Clasico final. Don't know if we've had a El Clasico Copa del Rey final. I think they said since 2014. I think since the
They
Gareth
said
Bale,
11 years, right?
since the Gareth Bale touch goes around and then he finishes. I think under what was it, Pinto?
He was the coach. I think
No,
Barca was the guy
goalie.
defending him.
the goalie with the braids.
The goalie
He's a
for
DJ.
Barca. Yeah,
Yeah.
But
That
even
was-
Madrid game yesterday, I feel like Madrid at the Bernabeu, they're not even soccer players. They're entertainers. They're there for the drama. Don't matter who they're playing, they're gonna entertain the fans. Like, it's not barely a soccer game. It's like a movie. Every time.
They're so annoying.
It's
So
insane.
annoying.
Because you know it's coming.
You
It's
know
so
they're gonna.
annoying.
It's like the opposite Atletico, right? Like you know
Yeah.
Atletico's gonna fold, but you know Madrid is gonna show up in the big time games.
Even when you think they're gonna fold, because like that's how the game is going. Like, oh, they're gonna fold. They don't fold. They just know how to survive and advance. In two legs, they are the hardest team to beat. In two legs.
Exactly.
You guys are the most annoying team to watch over two legs. I think about it now more and more because
Totally
like
agree.
we're gonna play you guys, obviously.
Yeah.
You guys got the jersey for the,
So,
for the next
like-
Champions League tie.
So I'm like thinking like over two legs, these motherfuckers are gonna fucking be annoying as hell. They'll be awful, but they just know how to do this thing and
Where do you guys
survive
play first, by the way?
at the Emirates. Which I don't understand.
I don't know about that.
I don't understand because we had a higher seed all year, and now going into the knockout games, we have, let's say we beat you guys, the semifinal, our first leg is at home as well.
Interesting.
So I don't know how how that works. So you got the first leg against you guys. We were the higher seed, and I mean it is what it is.
You want to
obviously.
close out.
We're gonna close out at home, but it is what it is. Obviously, we'll see on Tuesday, 3 p.m. April 8th. So
Shit, it's coming up
yeah, motherfucker, it's coming up.
next week. I'm excited. Johnny's gonna take some shots, man.
Oh my god,
Johnny's
dude.
gonna take some shots.
Take some
You owe
shots
some too.
What do you mean? We won. Arsenal won yesterday, and
You owe one from like 2 months ago. I ain't forget it.
Yeah, Johnny does owe a few. German Cup, we have to talk about the Cinderella story, Arminia out of the third division, who've knocked out several Bundesliga teams to get to the semifinal. And yesterday they beat Bayern Leverkusen 2-1 to reach the German Cup final. Massive achievement. Third division team, who, by the way, is captained by a New Jersey native player, Mael Corbos, who played on Red Bull Academy and also Rutgers, I think, for a year, right? Before he transferred to Maryland.
Yeah, he played at NJSA, played at Red Bull, played at Rutgers, and then went to Maryland.
My teammate for 1 year, I believe.
We played against him our whole childhood.
Exactly. And to see
He was on Gunners.
The Gunners,
Yeah, he was on the Gunner team.
with Ted
wow.
and all them. That team was insane.
yeah.
I know they're
So
ballers.
to see someone that you've known obviously for quite a while in the youth system come up and captain a team, it's just insane. Like he even said in the post game interview. He's like, can't believe it. He's an Arsenal fan, and he said that it was like amazing to play against Granit Xhaka. He saw Schweinsteiger like across or on the field somewhere, and he just said like he was starstruck and just still can't believe that they made the final. But they're going to Berlin.
They win that game, I think they're in European competition next year. I think they make either Conference League or they make Europa. I think that's
That's
what happens.
insane. That's
Maybe.
insane.
That's nuts.
How?
They play
Right?
I
Stutt
don't.
they play Stuttgart. I mean, obviously Stuttgart's
Which is
good,
yeah.
but you've
No, you
beaten
have to
big
you have
dogs.
to you have to like not
There's a
take them
chance
lightly. Yeah.
You gotta put the house on them, bro.
we might
Fucking
have to. They're gonna be plus money. We got to take that.
yeah, dude. I
Yeah,
mean, why not?
I really do wonder what the betting odds are going to be for that. You can check that in a bit. But incredible Arminia in the final against Stuttgart, who beat RB Leipzig yesterday 3-1. So that's the German Cup final. And then lastly, Coppa Italia. The two Milans tied today 1-1. They're not going to go anywhere. They're going to play the second leg in San Siro because that's where they both play. But yeah, I think the struggling AC Milan needs something out of this season. So they really need to push to win this, I think. And a lot of Americans and Mexican fans are sounding the alarms a little bit, right? Santi Jimenez missed a PK over the weekend, didn't get the start today. Pulisic is not having his best time or form at the moment. So not too happy on the CONCACAF side, and CONCACAF fans watching the AC Milan team. Premier League is back. Or actually, no, we're doing around the world, right?
Yep, I got a few. I'll try to just go through them.
Rattle it
All right,
off.
let's go with the first one. Travel ban for violent fans. The UK government announced that approximately 150 fans of Manchester City and Chelsea with histories of violent behavior will be prohibited from traveling during the FIFA Club World Cup in the United States this summer. These individuals must surrender their passports to the police from June 9th to July 13th to
Wow.
prevent any disorderly, stuff during the tournament.
Hooligans.
Hooligans for sure. And then just a couple of transfer news and rumors. Thomas Mueller received some MLS offers. Bayern Munich. Thomas Mueller has reportedly received offers from MLS clubs. Former teammate Choupo-Moting, now playing for Red Bull New York, has extended an invitation to Mueller to join him in MLS. I know, we need that.
Big time.
Obviously, Mueller is proficient in English and will be well received in the league. In other transfer news, some Premier League clubs are looking and eyeing Vlahovic from Juventus. Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester United, and Newcastle are reportedly interested in signing the Juventus striker, who's set to leave the Italian club this summer. In today's news, the most recent news, Fenerbahce manager Jose Mourinho was involved in a controversial incident during the
Johnny knew
Turkish
too.
club. Yeah, it had to be talked about. He was involved in a controversial incident during the Turkish Cup against Galatasaray. After their defeat, Mourinho confronted Galatasaray's coach, grabbing his nose and causing him to fall. He sold that.
He sold off. He's
He
clearly
was a
sold.
kid.
Yeah,
Sold
yeah.
it. Hysterically fell to the ground, and then that just led to a mass brawl between the players and the staff from both teams, and required the police to intervene and restore some order.
What do we say, right?
He's on his. He's. I
Hey,
don't know.
That's
dude.
a go coach, bro.
He's insane. I mean, obviously, we find it funny because
Yeah.
I think we all love him. I mean, I love Jose Mourinho, like legit. Like, no, he can't do no wrong for me because I think he's just an incredible guy and incredible coach. But that's insane. Why are you grabbing him? Why are you grabbing his nose, bro?
Talk
It's
about-
the Turkish league, man. The Turkish league does crazy shit to
No
people.
fucking rules in that.
talk about entertaining, right? Like that's
Dude,
Bro, it's literally
box
insane.
office.
I need to see the interview after that because I need to see why he grabbed his nose. He's gonna make some insane Starkey comment regarding his nose or him being like a pig or something, dude, or him being nosy. Something. It's gonna be. It's gonna be perfect.
Someone needs to like clip all the things that he did in Turkey and just put like Frank Sinatra my way, because
Bro,
that's
it's insane.
exactly what he's doing. Like he's out. He's definitely gonna be out after the
100%.
season. And so like I
Hey,
told you, he's just gonna do it his way.
He's got to take a break from coaching. He's got to go be with his kids, go to Portugal, have a glass of wine, just chill.
You got to come back to the Prem. That's what the Prem needs.
He does have to come back to the Prem. I agree
Prem
with that.
needs Mourinho back.
No.
Yeah, I think they filed another lawsuit against him after today.
I mean, yeah.
This one, I guess, but a little assault in it, but
rattled. Got you.
no rules in that league, man. That shit's insane.
Oh my god, batshit crazy.
Jose. Love it. Well, cool. Lastly, Premier League. We had Premier League games today and yesterday. The Arsenal got the dub. Who did they play yesterday, John?
Fulham.
Fulham?
2-1. The boys.
I think I have the scores.
You have the scores?
Yeah.
Hit us with it, Carlos.
All right. Match day 30 out of 38. Only 8 more match days. Wolves beat West Ham 1-0. Arsenal beat Fulham 2-1. Nottingham Forest beat Man U 1-0. Southampton and Crystal Palace tie 1-1. Ipswich 2-1 against Bournemouth today. Aston Villa thrashes Brighton 3-0. Newcastle with a big win against Brentford 2-1. Man City 2-0 against Leicester. And Liverpool Merseyside Derby 1-0. One more game though. Chelsea Tottenham tomorrow.
Yeah.
Fucking nerve. I'm really nervous about it because
really
we
should
don't
win.
win that. We are fucked. We're in
You
sixth
guys,
place right now.
you guys are sixth right now.
Yes.
Yeah, it's bad.
We're in sixth place. We need a win. If we win, we go back to fourth.
Who's in fifth? Who's in fifth right now? Castle.
Newcastle's fifth. Man City's fourth. They have 1 point and 2 points above Chelsea. Chelsea would jump them with a win tomorrow.
Correct. You have to win though.
But we're in trouble. We don't win that. So
Yeah,
I'm nervous.
Big game for you guys tomorrow.
Where do they play?
I think they play at Stamford.
Stamford Bridge, I think.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
play at
at
Stamford
home,
Bridge.
you have
Take care
Palmer
of
back.
business.
Palmer's back. Nico Jackson's back, and I can't even say I'm happy Nico Jackson's back.
Nico
So-
Jackson.
And all this shit, but we've been so bad without Nico Jackson that it's insane.
Can't believe you're saying that. That's insane.
I know.
I'm
I
saying-
fucking hate him, but
He's gonna have 4 chances and bury 1.
but we're gonna win. But we're gonna win.
1-0.
Which
Yeah,
is all
I'll
we
take
need. We need Nico Jackson back, man. I can't believe I'm saying that.
Come on, bro.
Maybe you go to the team store and get a Nico Jackson jersey now.
I'm gonna burn that Cuckoo's jersey, bro.
Oh my god.
That
Dude,
fucking bum.
I got my.
Just
I got
turn
my-
this guy's camera off.
Look at this fucking guy.
Turn
Soccer
it off,
over here, bro.
Your back's
Come
too
on.
big. You can't even
I know,
turn
dude.
around,
I can't even
bro.
turn around, bro. Look at that.
Jesus.
Oh no, he's back, baby. He's fucking back. You know how happy
I need to know how many injections
his
Saka.
hamstring.
Saka got, bro.
I don't know, but he scored and he went to the physio and just gave him a big hug because you know what? Great timing. I mean, just what we need is to booster our attack, to booster the morale. I think the fans were insanely happy. They were ecstatic that he was back. The standing ovation he got when he subbed on. The stadium almost erupted when he scored. So I mean, it's a big boost for Arsenal. I think in a more team morale, a team environment kind of thing. So him being back, I'm over the moon. So I'm so happy he's back because even like stat wise, we don't lose when he's in the 11. Our win rate success is way higher than him not in the team. So be big.
If you have any hope of beating Real Madrid, you need Saka.
Correct. But then we see Gabriel go down yesterday. Fucking
Bad.
hamstring, bro. I'm like, what's going on? Everyone's hammy's going this season, dude. He went for a sprint.
Too many games,
Too
man.
many games, dude. 7 minutes in, goes for a sprint. There he goes, man. I'm like, here we go, man. Like,
It's
why?
it's like what happened to Fonzie, right?
Yeah.
Alfonso
Gone.
Davies, right?
Dude.
ACL gone.
Wasn't supposed to play with Canada. This whole issue with the Canadian Federation, and
Yeah.
then boom, blows out his knee, and he's not available for the rest of the season. No Champions League, obviously, for him, so no good.
I think they want to sue Canada. I think that's what Bayern wanted to do.
Yeah.
Or-
Bayern won
Right?
from Canada because
It's kind of
To
insane.
be honest,
they were advised not to play him because since it was a third place match, they're like, you don't have to play him, and he's still playing him anyway.
Yeah, but if you think about it from Jesse March's perspective, he's trying to get as many games as he can with these players before the World Cup. It's a big game against the U.S. You want to beat them, and I don't really see a problem with him playing. It's unfortunate he tore his ACL.
But I think like,
Like that's just unfortunate that he did it.
but if you're advising him because he had a knock not to play, then you shouldn't. I don't think you should play him.
Was his knock in the knee? What? Yeah, I guess. No, I get it.
I mean, if you're getting advised not to play him, I don't think you should play him. I get it, you want to win, but at the end of the day, he still needs to go play a couple more games to season.
What if Alfonso Davies was like, "Yo, I think I'm okay to play."
he might have, and that's why it's tough.
Probably.
That's not on Canada and Jesse Marsh.
Yeah, of course. But
Bayern is sick because that's their $100 million player or worth of investment that just got fucked. But in Canada's perspective, I don't see an issue, to be fair.
It's hard to
Especially if he was like, I think I can play. If he couldn't play and they forced him to play, then that's a different issue.
no, I mean, no player is ever going to be like, no, I don't want to play for my country, and I'm the captain. I don't think that's the mindset he was probably in anyway. So
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
he
tough.
probably knew he probably afterwards I shouldn't have played.
so bad, man.
Like
It's
any
so
player,
bad.
right? You're like, damn, you know what? Fuck yeah, I made the wrong decision. I shouldn't have played. I was advised not to play. I thought I could play, and then boom, he's probably kicking himself in the ass. I mean, obviously he's positive right now, posting what he needs to post and saying what he needs to say, but he's probably like, nah, I should have never played. It's not worth it.
That's the heartbreak with the international windows is people just dropping, right? And then
Sure.
you come back like
Too
Gabriel
much.
and
And he
man.
left camp early. And
Gabriel?
he left Brazilian camp early because he got a yellow card against Colombia. So he
So he
wasn't
didn't
gonna
play a second
Yeah,
game.
he didn't play against
he
Argentina.
wasn't gonna play. So he flew back to London, and still
You
they
see,
gotta
man, the
inject
the
something.
beans and toast, man. It's not
Too
good for the
much, bro.
hamstrings.
Nah, bro. Oh my god,
True, man.
the black pudding. Shit, mate. It's fucking shit, mate.
Oh man. All right. Well, before we go, let's look at some of the games over the weekend. I'll go through these real quick. Everton, Arsenal, Ipswich, Wolves, Crystal Palace, Brighton, West Ham, Bournemouth, Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest, Tottenham, Southampton, Brentford, Chelsea, Fulham, Liverpool, Man United, Man City, Manchester Derby on Sunday, and then Leicester, Newcastle to close it out Monday night.
Oh.
I need fucking Newcastle to lose. I need Man City to lose. I need Villa to lose. I need Everton to lose.
You're hoping. Oh, fuck off, dickhead.
Sounds like the NFL playoffs when like one team needs like 5 teams to lose.
Literally,
That's what you need.
It's gonna be a
we're
tough
in
game for
trouble, man.
Arsenal. We play at Goodison Park,
Yeah,
and we don't. I think we won one game in the last like 4. I think from out of that place. So 7:30. What is it, like a noon and 1 o'clock kickoff?
Something like that. Yeah.
It's an early kickoff for Arsenal. I don't like these games. I gotta wake up early to watch this shit. I'll be like, fuck, this is gonna be awful.
you stressed for the first 75 minutes.
Stress. My butthole's gonna be like.
So that's why you don't want to go out Friday night.
That's why I also don't want to go out Friday because I got that.
You gotta wake up early.
And then I gotta go get a haircut because if we lose, then I gotta sit on that fucking chair, pissed, and fucking one of these to my barber. Can get the fuck off, dickhead.
All right. Well, closing thoughts before we finish.
Closing thoughts. See you next week. Champions League.
Yeah. We'll have a lot to talk about. I guess Monday night before Tuesday, before the games start rolling out.
Yeah, we'll figure out the schedule for next week because we gotta react to some of the games. Obviously, Champions League's big next week, so we'll figure something out.
Maybe we do a double pod week.
Yeah. I think that might be it. John, buckle up, baby.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna worry about Saturday, then I'll go after that.
One game at a time.
One thing I want to add though, I was talking. Kevin has the most insane takes, right? I was talking to him a couple days ago, and he was talking about who he'd rather play in a final of Champions League, and it was just between Barca and Atletico. And I'm like, why wouldn't he want to play Atletico in a final? They've never beat Chelsea. They never beat Real Madrid in a final or in anything, right? In Champions League. And he was like, nah. I'm scared of Atletico. I'm scared of Simeone. I'd rather play Barca in the Champions League final over Atletico.
Wow.
I'm convinced this guy is drunk all the time. He's like not in the right state of mind because you guys always, like you said, you've always beaten Atletico in these games. Always, never. And the fact that he's scared of that instead of the team that you guys haven't beat all year, it blows my mind.
Yeah, he's like, nah, I would rather have
embarrassed you guys.
Yes, and the thing is, Kevin's hate for Barcelona goes so far beyond anything that goes on in his head in terms of like knowledge and common sense. It just blocks it. It's just like a blocker right here of just like Barcelona hate and yeah, let's play them even though they beat us all year and shit. We got them.
Hey.
We're not scared. I mean, I get it. Fucking whatever. I get you hate them and I respect it, but come on, let's be realistic now. At a certain point,
he's not wrong all the time. Sometimes that final's gonna happen, and Madrid's gonna smack Barca. And he's gonna be like, "I told you."
You said it. He's not wrong all the time. He's wrong 99% of the time. Yes, he's waiting for that one moment to be like, "Yeah, I told you. Fuck off."
I'm excited that El Clasico Copa del Rey final will be box office. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Need that.
We gotta watch it at home.
Yeah, we'll make.
No, we gotta watch it with Kevin.
We'll make some bets. We'll make some bets for that game. All right, fellas. Good catching up. We will talk soon.
Boys.
Got it.
Take care.